Welcome back to Wallflowers. So yesterday was something quite a bit different for me and different for us really as a family. It was a day filled with sound, colour and the kind of joy you feel down to your bones. The men in the family had asked me to join them to go to a football match, and I haven't actually been to a football match in 10 years. So I decided to say yeah, take them up on the invite. To tell you the truth, I did want to go to the new ground. I wanted to
Yeah.
see it and feel it for myself. So it was a perfect opportunity. As soon as they asked me, I said yeah. So as I say, it's the very first time myself and Brian went to the new Everton stadium at Bramley-Moore Dock. Crawford had been a few times before. So Crawford came to collect us in an Uber. When he got here, he was full of excitement, and the three of us set off together. As we arrived, the air was alive with energy. There was men, women, and children all walking in the same direction, and they were wrapped in blue scarves and laughter and hope. So we joined the stream of people heading towards the water, which is the new stadium, rising its head out like a promise. Crawford stopped to buy his girlfriend Becky a pink Everton scarf, and in that quiet way, he turned and handed it to me, and he said, "Instead of me carrying it, Mum, why don't you wear it?" And it was pretty cold, so I wrapped it around myself. And I was really glad he offered it to me to wear because I say everyone else had emblems on the t-shirts. They were wearing blue scarves. The women were wearing blue and pink scarves. And for me to actually be part of it and wearing the scarf as well, it felt really good. So that pink scarf became part of the story for me that day. It was just a lovely feeling to be part of those crowds walking up the street. It was a nice area. The stone brick walls are hundreds of years old. It's right against the dock. And it's a new stadium, so there's only a couple of pubs and a couple of stands outside. And there's so much room for investment and improvement for them to take advantage of the crowds and of the amount of people that are now outside on a regular basis to come to see these matches. So as we go inside, this is called the fan zone, and there's music playing, there's stalls selling food, beer, drinks and soft drinks. And as usual, I always want a coffee. So they bypassed all the beer stores, all the food stores, and the guys were looking for a coffee stand for me. And we just had a good walk around. But what you can't see under our feet here are stones dedicated to people who passed, and the names and the dates are all underneath us. So this is actually inside the stadium now, and you look for what entrance point to go through, which is listed on your ticket. So initially we thought we were looking for number 10, so we were headed down one side, and Crawford turned and he said to me, "I found a coffee stand, Mum, I'll go and grab you a coffee." And with that he disappeared, and we couldn't find him. So Mr. Wallflowers and I headed to another coffee stand. He got himself a beer, I got a coffee, and we turned round and Crawford turned up and he had a coffee and a beer as well. So at this point I had two coffees. Now the men couldn't take their beer inside, but luckily enough I could take my coffee inside. It was so hot I still couldn't drink them at this point. So then came the steps and then the steps, and then the steps. And it started to hurt for me after a while because my hips were going, my back was sore, and I'm clinging onto the railings as I'm trying to get to the top. Crawford's in front of me, and Mr. Wallflowers is helping me from behind. He's making sure I don't slip. He's guiding me. He's just keeping a hand on me to double check I'm okay. I'm red in the face at this point, but I keep going because I know the girls inside. It was a challenge, but when I get to the top, it's so worth it. And when we reached our peak, and we looked out, the view took my breath away. It was huge. You could see Everton, the pitch gleaming green under the light, the private hospitality boxes just to our left, and beyond that, rows and rows of seats, all full. 52,000 hearts, all beating for the same thing. The old ground could hold 38,000, but this was the new chapter, and this ground holds 52,000 plus. What an emotional, what a feeling, absolutely amazing. You see how clear our view is. No obstructions. When we've been to football matches in the past, we've been sat behind poles, and our views have been obstructed, but this was a solid clear view of absolutely everything. And I could hear people singing, and I was singing where I could. It was great. It's great to hear the men singing and knowing all the words. I just kept looking around and I could see people waving their hands, chanting, singing. It was absolutely great. We'd only gotten the opportunity to go because Crawford's friends were busy that day, and there were 3 seats, and we sold them to Crawford, we sold the tickets to Crawford, and it enabled all 3 of us to go together, and that was lovely. So the first half of the game was pretty slow, and although I'm not a big football fanatic, I do know some bits and bobs. So along with everyone else having a moan and a groan, I did too. And I noticed that 2 players in particular weren't what I thought was up to standard. And Mr. Wallflowers was laughing at me this point and saying number 11 should go off, number 16 should go off. And you can see the tension, the mixture of hope and frustration written through the crowd. And then at one point, Crystal Palace scored, and the sigh that swept through the stands was almost physical. But even in that disappointment, I saw something beautiful. People were still encouraging Everton to pull the socks up and carry on. They were shouting hints as well as moaning in between. But people still believed. At half time, the songs began again. People chatting, laughing, singing through the uncertainty. And then the second half began. Yeah, they played a lot better. And at one point, Everton were given a penalty. The noise felt like a wave, and we held our breath. And when that ball hit the back of the net, the sound that erupted in that stadium, it wasn't just loud, it was alive. Crawford leapt up and he hugged me and his dad both at once. Brian kissed me grinning like a bull again, and we laughed and we shouted and we sang, and then another goal. You see the enthusiasm, and there was another goal. More hugs, more joy, more glorious noise. We actually got told after the match that the sound on that day that was recorded was the second loudest ever at a football match. And I believe it. You could feel it in your chest like thunder and heartbeat together. Listening to the comments, listening to the advice, listening to the profanities, the swear words, the laughter, everything. It was lovely to be in the middle and listen to it all and be part of it. It was great. Have you ever been to a football match? Or when was the last time you went to a football match or a soccer match? And how did you feel in the middle of it all? I'll say it's a rarity for me. The last time I ever went was 10 years ago. It was more than football. It was a family belonging and the simple beauty of being part of something bigger than yourself. Today I'll never forget. He scored, that's the goal, look at them bouncing. It looks strange to watch this with no volume, but to be in there and hear the thunder that erupted with everyone clapping and shouting, it's great. I'm looking forward to the next game now. When the match ended, nobody wanted to leave, and when they finally did, it was singing all the way out. Thousands of voices, excuse me, arm in arm, shaking hands, hugging and smiling at strangers, all of us connected by that shared joy. hope you've enjoyed watching bits of our day out. It was fabulous and I'm glad to share it with you. Thank you for coming. Please take care. Remember your love and we'll speak to you again soon. I'll just let this last bit play off and let you watch it. Thank you.
People like looking to see the stones or